Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Critchlow. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and have also been a church pastor. I'm doing a series of 5-minute videos, and this one is called The COVID Crisis and PTSD. I'm recording this at the time when here in Northern Ireland we're coming out of the lockdown situation, but everybody's talking about their fears of a possible second wave. We're aware of many people, particularly those in the National Health Service, but also many families who've faced bereavement and also critical life and death situations. Some of my colleagues have had terribly difficult situations to face and agonizing situations to deal with. And facing those life and death situations, being faced with significant, severe, traumatic situations, people are fearing what they call a tsunami of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. What do I mean by PTSD? Well, usually there's a sense of being in touch with a death or near-death experience or something very serious of that kind of nature. Secondly, there tends to be a re-experiencing of that thing in terms of flashbacks or nightmares or unwanted memories. Thirdly, there's a desire to avoid any reminders of what has happened. The person may be on edge continually, feel irritable or aggressive, or have great difficulties sleeping and concentrating. There can often be difficulties remembering actually what has happened, and negative thought patterns and reduced interest in things, with low mood and a tendency to be isolated. And these symptoms don't just go away, they last for over a month or more, and there can be significant difficulties with social and occupational functioning. Faced with this situation, or faced with the possibility of post-traumatic stress disorder, are there any things we can do? Well, yes, certain things we can do if you're struggling in this area. First of all, try and keep life as normal as possible. Try and keep to routine. Secondly, talk to somebody that you can trust about what you're going through. Try and eat and exercise regularly. Relaxation exercises can be helpful. Try and be with your family and friends. Avoid being isolated. If you can face it, go back to where the trauma happened, possibly with somebody with you. Be careful when you're driving because your concentration could be impaired. Consider talking to your doctor about what you're going through. That could be very important for you. And also specialized help could well be necessary. So those are some things that you could do. I want just to talk briefly about how we can find God's help too in crisis and in incredibly difficult situations. Obviously, PTSD can be severe and can need very specialized help. But are there any things that we can do on a spiritual basis as well? Well, sometimes we feel our thoughts are so difficult, our emotions are so difficult, we find it even difficult to pray. But in those times, we can just know that God is carrying us. I love this verse from Isaiah chapter 40, where it says, "He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young." And this is talking about God carrying us and God holding us in his arms. And sometimes it can be helpful, even in our imagination, to know that we are so loved and precious to God that he actually holds us in his arms. He holds us close to his heart. It's as though he is gently rocking us from side to side. And even that motion can be helpful to us. or tapping our shoulders, just knowing that God is helpful to us. He is with us. He loves us. He cares about us. He is the God who made the heavens, but he has a special heart for you. God bless you.